live now. We are definitely live. Hi, Swapna. How are you?
I'm
Good to see
great.
you.
I'm great. Thank you, Meir. It's great to see you. How are you?
Very good. Very good. I'm
That's
in heaven, so things are good in heaven.
wow. Wow. Things are always good in heaven, right?
Exactly. Things exactly are as you make them to be. So they have
Yes.
to be good.
Yes. I am so thankful and grateful to you for joining me on this Facebook interview live. It is
Thank you.
wonderful to talk to you. And I have to be honest at the beginning because my journey with you didn't start very well. I wouldn't say rough, but I was very reluctant to hear you the first time I saw you.
Yes, I didn't know. Yes. Why?
I'm being honest. I'm being honest because
That's
Amit,
good.
my husband Amit, he joined you first. He went to your seminars, your webinars, and he told me about you. And we came to know. Actually, we came to know you through Raymond and Karen.
Yeah.
And then that's how we started following you, knowing you. So Amit was
Yeah.
the first one to take the first step. And then he
Yeah.
told me about you. So I joined in. And the
Yeah.
first few times when I heard you and I got to learn from you, I wasn't quite sure because I think what happened to me was the I was shown the truth or something that I was not ready to confront. And it was a big turmoil within me. And I felt at the beginning, is this true? Is this man for real? And I kept thinking that. But then as the time went on and I
Yeah.
got to know you, I got to attend to a lot of your webinars. And ever since, it's been more than 2 years now. And
Yeah.
the thing that kept me going with you and your teachings is you helped me analyze the data for myself.
Yeah.
And I think that was the big huge transformation for me because
Yeah.
all my life I've had teachers and coaches tell me this is how it's supposed to be done, this is how you're supposed to do. And every time someone pushed me, I pushed back.
Yeah.
And that's why when I heard the first time you say that what's true for you is true for you, I was blown away. I felt like, oh wow, that means I listen to you, I hear what you have to say, but ultimately I have to make the decision. So I'm in total control.
Yeah. 100%.
And that's what kept me going with you. And I'm
Wow.
so glad, I'm super blessed that I kept up with you. And now it's a whole new universe for me right now.
Wow. Wow.
You have not only changed and helped me transform myself, but you have helped us grow as a family.
Yeah.
You have helped me confront situations financially and in our business that I would have never done.
Wow.
So I can't thank you enough for this.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Thank you.
It is amazing. So I
Thank
really
you.
want, you're welcome. I really want other people to get the benefit and the results that I'm getting, or me and my husband, we are getting in our business and life. And that's why when you came up with this idea, I said, yes, that's it. Let's do this because I want to
Okay.
help other people. I want other people to get what I want.
Yep. Yep.
And right
Wow.
now, I think the situation the whole world is in, we need your help. Everybody needs it. And
Yep.
and and honestly, to learn from you is such a blessing. And I have a lot of programs. I work with a lot of people, and I have realized there are a lot of people who have tremendous potential. I can see that. And I know they can do wonders, but something stops them and they don't understand what it is.
Yep.
So this is my first question to you is that what do you think really happens and how can they handle that?
Yeah. Okay. Good. So the reason people, so obviously people have huge potential because the spirit is the thing that knows.
Mm-hmm.
The spirit is the thing that knows, and anything that happen around you, you put it there. And the question is, why don't you use your full potential? Why do you have potential so high and results so small?
Mm-hmm.
The answer is quite simple, but because it is so simple, it's almost impossible to get.
Mm-hmm.
It is quite fascinating. Everything in this universe is the opposite. If it looks one way, it's probably the other way. So the answer is simple, very, very, very simple, but it's because it's so simple, people think that they need a complicated answer or complicated handling, yes?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let me just turn this thing off so it will not click. Okay, here we go. So here is the answer. There is something that's called fake reality. Fake reality is a piece of information you're 100% sure is true, but when you use it, it doesn't bring the expected result.
Mm-hmm.
Piece of information that you 100% sure is true, but when you use it, it doesn't bring the expected result.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have result, is not that you actually don't have result. You do have result all the time. You have amazing results all the time,
Mm-hmm.
but the wrong results. Why? Because you're relying on fake realities. You're relying on fake realities. So assume that you thought that the best thing to do is to cut pieces of your body. Assume that you thought that this is the right thing to do. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And every time you cut a piece of your body, it will be terribly painful, but you will not know that the pain comes from you cutting a piece of your body.
Okay.
You will continue to cut pieces of your body because you think it's the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
You think that the best thing to do is to cut pieces of your body, and you have pain and you will not connect between the two. That's what is going on right now. That is why you don't get the expected result. You are acting on fake reality. Now, what is it that is fake reality in the viewpoint of everyone? Is you think you know, or you think you have some kind of knowledge, but actually you don't. So the question is, of course, what is knowledge? What is knowledge?
Mm-hmm.
Because you have some piece of knowledge that is incorrect, that you are sure is right. If we will understand what is knowledge, then we will be able to actually handle it.
So that's the majority of the people most of the time.
Most of the time, all the people, or 99.999% of the people, 99% of the time are actually failing, but they, while they know that they're failing, if you go and try to change them even a little bit, just a little bit, tell them, do a little bit to the left, they will tell you, yes, I want to change, but they will fight you changing.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone come and tell you, yes, of course I want to change. We need the change. Of course we need a change. Of course, 100% we need a change. But when you come and tell them, hey, have a look, they say, whoa, look, I know. Who are you to tell me? It's quite fascinating. They come to learn. They sit in a class and they say yes with the head, but internally they say no. Yes.
It's so true.
Yes. So the question is why and how do we handle it? Because the fact that I can see a problem, if I cannot solve the problem, it means I don't know what's the source of the problem is. So let's define the word knowledge. Mm-hmm. What is knowledge? Mm-hmm. Knowledge for most people, it's probably truth, or people will say knowledge is what you know, or knowledge is what data you received, or all kind of thing.
Right.
But all of these things is not knowledge.
So what
knowledge?
Is
yeah. So knowledge is something quite fascinating, and it's different than what most people think. Mm-hmm. And I will explain the definition of knowledge within a second. First, I will explain some ideas. Okay.
Okay.
So if this is, let's say this is an idea, let's say that this is an idea. How do you communicate ideas? Ideas you communicate with number of sentences. Mm-hmm. assuming that the sentences are correct, if you understood all the sentences, you will understand the idea. So far, so good?
Yeah.
So if you did not understand the idea, is because you did not understand one or more sentences. Now, sentences can be music, can be reading, can be art. Everything is composed of sentences. Number of sentences transmit or deliver an idea. So if you did not understand the idea, you simply did not understand one or more sentences. There is no other reasons, because the way that you understand is by sentences.
Right. Makes sense.
Why you did not understand a sentence, whatever, but if you did not get an idea, you didn't get a sentence, which means there is no such thing as complex ideas. There's only a misunderstood sentence. You just fail to understand one or more sentences. So good. Sentences are composed of words and symbols. Sentences are composed only of words and symbols. There's nothing else in a sentence. A sentence is composed only of words and symbols, which means that if you don't understand, you didn't understand the sentence, is because you did not understand one or more word or symbols. Nothing else. There could not be a different reason, because in a sentence there is nothing else. A sentence is composed only of words and symbols. So if it composed only of words and symbols, the only thing that can go wrong is a word or a symbol. Okay? So if you did not understand a sentence, it's only because you did not understand one or more words or symbols. But you don't know you didn't understand.
Right.
You think you understand the word. You really 100% believe you understand the word. If I will ask you, for example, what's the word clever mean, you think you understand what it is. But if you cannot explain it to a 6 years old, and if it does not bring the expected result, you actually don't understand the word. The word clever means only not what you think. The word clever means the ability to recognize truth.
Wow.
If you know that, you will come up with all kinds of synonyms and so on.
Right.
So if you understood the words, you will understand the sentence. And if you'll understand the sentence, you will understand the ideas. Which means that knowledge is defined as the sum of all the words and symbols that you have the correct definition for.
Nice. I love it.
Okay. So knowledge is the sum of all the words and symbols that you have the correct definition for. Most of the people, most of the time, don't know that they have a misdefinition, which means the massive, biggest, the source of fake realities is misdefined word or undefined word or wrongly defined word. Something with the word or the symbol is misdefined, so you don't have knowledge, and without knowledge, you don't understand. And if you don't understand, you cannot create what you want to create. That's all. There's no other reasons. That's all. Now, words that you don't understand, that you don't know, are many. For example, if I'll ask you to tell me what's the word algebra mean, most of the people will say, well, I'm not good in algebra, or I'm not good in mathematics, or I'm more nonsense. You just don't know the definition, so everything is mixed up. Algebra actually comes from Arabic al and jaber, which mean numbers and letters. So before algebra, 2 times 2 equal 4. After algebra, 2x equal 4. That's all. Yes? If I ask you to define the word right, yes? So people will say, well, right is correct. No, that's a synonym. If you find yourself giving a synonym, it means you don't actually know the word.
Right.
If you find yourself giving a synonym instead of a definition, it only means you don't actually understand the word. That's all. So what is right? What is right? What is right? Well, everyone wants to survive. Everyone wants to survive. Everyone wants to continue over time. Everyone and everything, which means right will be the most survival to the most number of being, people, and things. So if I invent a drug that kills one person and save 1 billion people, it's right. But if there is a corona disease, okay, and I save 300,000 people and I kill 3 billion people, it's incorrect.
Right.
You get the idea? It just doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. You have a car and you're driving in a car, and in the car there's 5 people. And all of a sudden the car lost its brakes, and there is a cliff that if the car would not stop, the car will go over the cliff and all the 5 people will die. The only way to stop the car is to go, there's a bystander, some guy standing on the side, and the only way to stop the car is to go and hit that guy and kill him.
Oh, wow.
Will you kill him, yes or no?
Yes, if it's you're saving the other 5.
You're saving the other 5, of course. You're saving the other 5, assuming it's the same people and they have the same potential, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But generally, regardless what the answer that you will give theoretically, if you will be in the car, you will go into that guy. Why? Because it's the greatest good. You understand?
Yeah.
So if you don't know that this is the definition of the word right, you will never know what's right and what's wrong. And it goes on and on and on. There's almost not one word in the English dictionary that I ask people and they don't discover that they don't actually have the correct definition. For example, I'll give you the definition. I'm asking people, what does it mean, insanity? So automatically people say insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Nonsense. That's the definition of the word tenacity. That's tenacity. The fact that it sounds good, or someone said that Einstein said that, which I don't know if it's true or not, but the fact that it sounds good does not make it right. You need to be able to look, because this is really the definition of tenacity. What is insanity? Insanity is attention stuck in the past.
Wow.
You don't act in front of because of what in front of you. You act because of what in front of you reminds you of, so you do something. So you're cuckoo. So you see someone, and you see a lady, and she reminds you of some lady, and because of that you act in a certain way. Totally insane. You don't evaluate what's in front of you. So the reason people don't use, or one of the main reasons is that people don't use the full potential is because they use fake realities, and those fake realities, one of the reasons for the fake realities is misunderstood words and symbols. It extended to other things, but that if you'll handle only that, if you'll do only that, if you will start looking and say, okay, so I don't have results here in this area. What are the words and symbols that I don't actually understand in the area? If you do only that, you will see that your life will straighten out easily. Because once you actually understand the words, you'll understand the sentences, you'll understand the ideas. Once you understand, you will demonstrate control.
Nice.
And when you control, you have income.
Yes. Love it. That was amazing, Meir. Thank you. Actually, that ties in with my second question that I had you for today is that the reason why many times it happens to a lot of people that they start learning something and they give up, or they have learned something in the past, but they don't remember? That's the same thing, because they haven't understood either a symbol, a word, a sentence.
So basically, in order for you to do anything, is you need to get wins, you need to get improvement, you need to report to yourself of improvement. What do I mean? The word success mean the sum of all validated improvements.
Wow.
That's my definition of the word success. It's the sum of all validated improvements. So you report to yourself, I improved here, and I improved here, and I improved, and I improved, and I improved, and I improved, and I improved. And the more improvement you earn, one day you improve with so many things that you decide that you're successful, okay? But most people, instead of reporting to themselves how they improve, they report to themselves what they did wrong. One of the biggest fake reality is that in order to fix something that's broken, you need to find what's wrong. No, it's broken. It's obviously wrong. You don't need to find what's wrong. It's broken. What you need is to find what's right. Because the only resource that you have is what's right, not what's wrong. Because what's wrong is what's broken. You cannot work with that. The only actual resource that you have is what's right, not what's wrong. So for as long as you look for things that are wrong, what you will get is more wrong.
Right.
The only way to improve in life is to look in yourself and in other what is right, not what is wrong. Because the result of many rights is success, and the result of many wrong is failure. It's obviously like it's obvious. Like if you look and you say, I'm accumulating wrong. So the end is okay. You want to be wrong, you are wrong.
Right.
But if you're looking for right. Okay, if you want to be right, you'll be right. You will be what you will want to, what you will put your attention on. So if you put your attention on wrong, you'll get wrong. If you put your attention on right, you'll be right. And a lot of rights equals success. And the fascinating thing is that it's not important right about what. It's just the number of rights, not the quality of rights. So once you have enough things that you are right about, you will know that you are successful. And at that moment, the fascinating thing is that you will not try to be successful anymore. You will start to create, because success is target only for failures. Only as long as you say, I'm wrong, you want to be successful. Once you're successful, you don't want to be successful. You're already successful. You want to create.
Right.
So,
wow. This is amazing. Oh my God. This is so powerful, Meir. And that's why I really want other people to listen to you and get this from you. My next dilemma is that, I'm a mother of two beautiful children. And I know being a parent is the most wonderful thing that can happen to anyone on this world. Anybody. I just know it is so beautiful. But however, I have also seen a lot of parents who try to control their children, and they feel that their children is, I would say, like a property, like, as they own a house, they own their children. And unfortunately, that I see is damaging to the children. I can see it from, but they don't see it. Now, how can we handle this? How can this be? I really feel sometimes I can go and help these people, but they're so stuck on their viewpoint. It's very hard. And they think they're doing good for their children.
Yeah.
But they're damaging.
Yeah. Okay. So the intention of parents is always to help the children. Yes.
Yes.
But they want to help the children in a weird way. What do I mean? They want to do for the children what's good for them. So the mother will tell the child, honey, put a sweatshirt on because I'm cold. Not because you are cold, yes?
Yes.
Now, if I will come to that parent and I'll tell him, hey, put a sweatshirt on because I am cold, the parent will think that I'm cuckoo.
Right.
Why is it okay for them to do that with the children and not with other adults? Because parents secretly believe that there are different forms of lives. There are amoebas, there are viruses, there are germs, there are people, and there are children. And obviously you handle amoebas, viruses, and germs differently than what you handle people, and differently than what you handle children, because they consider that they are different form of life. But the truth is that a child is not a different form of life. A child is an adult with a small body. That's all. Always, children always have good intentions and often have bad results. And the adult mistaken the small body, and he thinks that they have some different intentions or different way of handling. No, a child, you need to handle a child exactly as you will handle someone in the street. If you will not come to someone in the street and take his hand and say, okay, now we're going, or if you will not insult someone in the street, or if you will not shout at someone in the street, if you will not someone to shout at you, if you will not someone to come and talk about you badly in front, like to other people when you are there, like you wouldn't feel comfortable. But parents doing that to children, why? Because they secretly believe that they are different form of life. So the first thing parents need to understand is that children are adult just with a small body. They are not a different form of life, and they should never do to children what you wouldn't want people to do to you. So that's the first thing, okay? The second thing that parents needs to understand is that all children problems are actually problems with adults, with the parents.
Wow.
You show me a problem with a child, you show me a child that is shy, there is something with the parents, that the parents is shy. You show me a child that stick to a screen, I will show you a parent that stuck to a screen. And even if it's not a screen, he's stuck to his screen is in his mind. He's not in communication. You show me a child that is speaking is not polite to his parents. I would show you a parent that's not polite to his parents or to other people.
Right.
Why? Children admire their parents. Children admire the parents, and they learn by looking, not by listening. Because they admire the parents so much, they want to do what the parents does because they admire them. They admire, regardless of how, even if each person will look at himself, regardless of how much you say you didn't like your parents or you did like your parents, you behave like one of them.
Wow.
Regardless if you like them, you didn't like them, if you approved of their behavior or not, you behave like them because you admire your parents so much. The two things happen. Number one, you behave like them. And number two, you forgive them for anything they do to you. You keep on loving them for almost regardless, up to a certain age where you flip. But generally, up to the age of 10, 12, 13, 14, you love your parents, even if they are the worst parents. That's how much children love their parents.
Wow.
Now, parents generally never learn how to be a parent. They have a lot of misunderstanding on the area of parents. They have a lot of opinions on what is correct parenting, but no one actually taught parents what are the actual rules of proper parenting. And because no one taught you that, the results are terrible because you just guess. And guessing is not a good recipe for success.
Yes, that's true. That's very true. So I have been learning from you, Meir, and you have this amazing information on different areas of our lives. And now there is something amazing that you've been doing. We did one webinar last Sunday on yoga.
Yes.
It's fascinating because I come from a Hindu family, a Hindu background, been in India, born in India, and then we moved to Canada. And I have always been exposed to yoga, Vedas, swamis, yogis. But honestly, up until now, I've never really thought about learning about it, even reading about it, because I felt it was so complicated. Just going through our holy book, Bhagavad Gita, it was so complicated. Firstly, because it's in Sanskrit, which is not our first language. But secondly, because I felt that the teachings were so complicated and they were just way beyond me. And but when you announced this webinars, the series of webinars on Yoga Sutras, it just caught my attention right away, because now I felt, oh my gosh, I have some hope of learning my roots, my culture, my bases. And I'm really grateful because you're doing this. So would you like to share more about it?
Yes, of course. So how did I get to yoga and the Yoga Sutras is one of my students is a yoga teacher, an expert, one of the best in the world, probably, or probably the best in the world. And she's teaching for many years, and she studied from many teachers, and one day she somehow found me. I don't even know exactly how she found me. And she calls me and she says, I've been studying blah, 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 and I know all of these things, and I want to ask you a few questions. And I said, fine, no problem. You pay me so much and I will answer the questions. And she paid me. And I answered the questions. And after the first meeting, her life changed totally.
Wow.
And she told me that she actually decided before that meeting that she stopped teaching yoga, and she decided that she's not going to continue because she thought that what she's teaching do not bring the actual expected results. And in one lesson with me, she got more knowledge and more results than what she's done in 20 years of studying yoga.
Wow.
Yeah, and she says that openly, it's not a secret. And so we started to work together. She started to come to my seminars. You know her, right? And she started to come to my seminars, and she started to learn from me, blah, blah, blah. Things started to improve for her financially. Her student grew because now she really know what she talks about on the mind science side. She was very, very amazing on the technical body side, how to do all the poses and so on. She was amazing, and she's still amazing on that. But the mind science side, she just didn't know, like everyone else. And some times ago, she told me, I want to do a course on the Yoga Sutras, and I see that people that studying them do not improve. And I said, let me have a look. And I look, and I realized that people cannot improve from the Yoga Sutras because they're not complete.
Wow.
The way that they are written right now, they are not complete. It's actually a lost art. So imagine that you take the Bible and you remove sentences, you remove words from sentences. And what people did, instead of finding what was the original text, they started to invent ideas. So you've got the Yoga Sutras and you've got opinions about the Yoga Sutras. Now the question is, of course, what makes me someone that can all of a sudden teach that and show what is right and what is wrong? I'm not going to actually teach the Yoga Sutras. In this course of the Yoga Sutras, what I'm doing, I'm going to get every participant to actually recall what was the original Yoga Sutras so he can reconstruct them without me. So I'm just a guide. I'm guiding you like I'm doing in all the other teaching that I'm doing. I'm not giving you data. I'm removing data so you can start to see and realize for yourself what the truth is. Not that I tell you, look, this is the truth and you better follow me and do what I'm telling you. But no, I'm just telling you, look, move this dust from here, move this dust from here. What do you see? What do you see? Not what I said. What do you see? And all of a sudden you realize that you actually know. And you will see that you can recover any piece of data. I'm using the Yoga Sutras and more like an exercise because it's quite easy to do that. But once you learn the technique on how to look, you can recover any knowledge from any time period.
Wow.
Because you know, because the spirit knows, and that's the magic of all magics. You don't need to sit and see movies and listen to what people say and think that learning is a process of adding data. Learning is not a process of adding data. Learning is a process of removing data to such a degree that all the dust has been removed and you can see.
Wow.
You need to know, not understand. Understanding is a low level knowing.
Wow.
You need to know, not understand. For as long as you just understand, you're still a parrot. You understand what someone else says. When you know, you recreate it. That's what you are after, because if I understand how to dance, I still don't dance. If I understand how to play guitar, I still cannot play guitar. If I understand how to do nuclear physics, I still cannot be really good in nuclear physics, because you need to know. If you understand how to drive, do not make you a driver. You understand? That's the difference between a person that is a professor in the university that never actually went to real life, and a professor in the university that actually been through real life and he actually know. Quite fascinating. I heard a story about this guy. And this is a story that I've heard someone told that story. And this is a new engineer, and he came to this new company, and he just came from the university. So he had good scores in the university and everything, and he understood a lot. Yes. So the top engineer told him, look, I want you to go out, and there is this pile of material outside. I want you to go and tell me how much material there is there.
Okay.
So the young guy, very enthusiastic, took his iPad and went down. And after 2-3 hours, the engineer saw the head engineer, guy from the head engineering, saw that he's not coming in, and he thought, wow, that's odd. That's take a long time. And about 4 or 5 hours later, the guy came and told him, there is so much material in that pile. So the head engineer looked at him and says, how did you get to that number? So he opened the iPad and he showed him an Excel with lots of numbers and calculation and so on and so on. And the guy said, wow, that's impressive. That's really impressive. But do you know that there is a gauge there that you can just read? That's the difference between someone that understands versus a person that knows what's going on. Yes?
Yes. Wow. That's amazing, Meir. That's
You
just
want to know, not understand.
fascinating. And once that happens is where magic happens, right?
Once that happens, then you start to play the game with the purpose of enjoying the game. And before that, you say that you want to win, but actually you don't want to lose.
Oh.
One unbelievable thing, before you actually know, you say you play the game of life to win, or enjoy life, yes?
Yes.
But actually you play because you worry about losing. And that's why
you will lose.
And then you will lose, of course. And that's why you see most people are afraid, worry, anxiety, All those things is a condition where you actually don't know, and you deteriorated from understanding, below understanding, to you being confused about the game. And so the game becomes something that you need to be afraid of, and you cannot enjoy the game. The general rule of life is you need to be willing to win and lose with the same level of enthusiasm. And before you can actually experience the winning and the losing at the same level, you will never enjoy the game. And because you will never enjoy the game, you will not actually win, because even if you will win, you will lose.
Wow. Wow. That's brilliant. That's so powerful, Meir. Thank you. Oh my God. This is amazing. I'm so glad we had this interview, this chat.
Thank you. Let me just say thank you to everyone that's watching us. So I see there's a lot of people that are watching us. I see Shai Nachmias. Wow. Hi. Shalom. Hi. And I see Teresa and Karen and Amit and Raymond. Hi. And lots of people. Anton. Hi.
Wow.
Motaz. Hi. Wow. Really nice seeing everyone. Yes, Anastasia, right. Nice to see you. Nice to see everyone. And generally, I don't look at the comments because I'm in the interview. I want to answer the questions, and when I answer the question and only answer the questions, you get better result. Why? Because when a person do what he's doing, when he's doing it, the result is inevitable. But when you do A and intend to do B and try to go to C, you go nowhere. Yes, that's actually the definition of the word competent. Competent is the ability to do what you do when you're doing it. When most people start to go somewhere, then there is some shiny object here, so they start to go towards the shiny object. And then there is another shiny object there, so they go to the shiny object there. And then there's another shiny object there. And all their life, they go in zigzag, never actually arriving to point B. Yes. Why? Because you don't do what you do when you're doing it.
Wow.
If you want to be powerful, if you want to have more time, if you want to be more effective, the only thing you need to do is to do what you do when you're doing it. Don't think about what it reminds you, because that's insanity. We already said that insanity is attention stuck in the past. So don't think about what can happen, will happen. Just know, boom, A to B.
That goes hand in hand with what we were talking. You were telling us this morning in Corona and Cash about closing cycles and how you increase the time and the change. Oh my God, that makes so much sense.
That was an amazing concept.
That was beautiful. That actually, first time I really got the concept of closing a cycle. Like I knew, okay, we have to close cycles. I've heard it like 10,000 times. But that was when I really got the mechanics, and I said, boom, it was like almost like a poof, like, okay, now I get it. So thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Awesome.
Good.
Okay.
Thank you. So thank you everyone for watching. We are going to have another, I think I'm going to have another interview with who?
With Dustin, I believe, the next one.
With Dustin. Wow. That's going to be amazing. So I'm going to have another interview after that with Dustin, also amazing. Swapna, thank you very much. Amit, thank you for organizing everything. You have a beautiful family, unbelievable, really good heart, helping, like the best. Really, really, really. And happy birthday for your son.
Yes, thank you. Double digits.
And thank you for Shamaya for organizing all the activities that we're doing. And thank you for Gali, my son, that helps me in every single thing that's happening around.
He's amazing.
He's more like, wow, so able.
Yes.
Really able and ethical and beautiful. And wow, amazing. And thank you for everyone that's been watching. Please share, like, kiss the videos.
I like that. Kiss the videos.
Yes, share like that. Kiss, let's go all in.
One step. Yeah, let's go ahead. Why not?
Yeah, let's go all in.
Let's go full
By
blown.
the way, I'm not from I think in the last few days I'm on Spotify and on iTunes. I've got those interviews. I'm putting them as podcasts. And on meirezra.com I have a lot of free courses that you can go and just do free courses, listen to videos. You can go onto YouTube and get into my channel. But most important, Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. South Africa time, 10 p.m. Israel time, I'm going to deliver the next session of the Secret Path to You, the Lost Art of the Yoga Sutras. It's free. Even if you have not been in the first lesson, you will totally be there because I'm explaining every lesson is a standalone lesson. If you want to hear the earlier lesson, the lesson number 1, private message me and I will send you a link.
I'm so looking forward to the next one, Meir. This is going to be amazing. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing, and it is amazing, and it's very powerful, very high gradient. If it's not something for someone that want to come and hear the same thing, it's different. It's for those people that are brave and are willing to actually look and decide what's true for them. If you just want to be a parrot and say, yes, that's what I know, so it's yes, and if it's not what I already know, then it's not for you. Don't come, you'll waste your time. Come only if you're brave enough to look for your own and to decide what's true for you. Okay, that's all for today. Mwah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Meir.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Let me stop this. Here we go. And here, where's my mouse? Mouse. Here we go. Here's the mouse. Almost. Here we go. Okay, I'm disconnecting. Bye-bye.